Hello and welcome to my first episode of my series of Hyrox Road to World Championships. This first episode is just going to be basically talking to you about the history of what I've done for Hyrox, what got me into it, which ones I've done, why I'm doing this series, and speaking about what this series is basically about and what I'm aiming for. So first up, the first Hyrox I did was January of 2022 in Manchester. And that was when it wasn't as big as it is now, so it was a very different experience. But in doing so, I ended up qualifying for the World Championships in Vegas, which I was tempted to do. But then in March of last year, I had a ski accident, which led to me tearing my ACL, tearing my meniscus, and spraining my MCL. So all to do with the knee. So I was out of action for a while, and then so the tear on my ACL was just partial in the end, so I didn't need surgery on that. But the meniscus needed surgery, so I got meniscus surgery in May of last year, and then I worked hard on my rehab to enter Hyrox Birmingham in October. From there, I was 40 seconds out from qualifying for the World Championships, which is something that I wanted, but I thought I was so far away because I'd been out from doing the sport for so long with injury. But because I was so close, I was like, I need to get another race done ASAP because I just really wanted to qualify for the World Championships. So then in November of last year, I went to Madrid and came second in my category, so podiumed there. And then in the January of this year, I qualified for World Championships there. And then in January of this year, I qualified for the World Championships at the Manchester event, where I again podiumed second on that race. And then I was supposed to compete on February the 11th in Hyrox Glasgow for my first event in the pro category, but I got hit by a car off my bike on the Monday before the Saturday I was due to compete, and I had really bad concussion. So I went to Glasgow anyway because it was all booked and I had a holiday there, but I didn't compete, so I couldn't compete in that one. And then that brings me to present day in terms of where I'm at, is that I want to do another pro race, a pro race, I've not done a pro race before the World Championships at the end of May. So for that reason, I'm going out to Cologne next Saturday, the 15th of April, to do my first pro event, see where I'm at, and then I can inform my training from there. I'll do a separate video on my training, but this is just an introduction video. So that is the history of my Hyroxes. That is just discussing with you where I'm going, what I'm aiming for, and hence the Road to the World Championships being the title of the series. Now you know why it is. It's because I'm documenting my journey from now until the World Championships on May the 27th. The reason why I want to do this series is, I want to help other people who are going from open to pro weights. I'm going to aim to help other people as well who are doing Hyrox for the first time, so newcomers. So within the series, I'll include some tips and strategy advice for running your first Hyrox, for example, as well as sharing nutrition and supplements that I take, because I just think it might be quite interesting for people to know, because I do have a master's in nutrition, so I have extensive knowledge in terms of how I can use nutrition to aid performance, but also looking into what the recommendations are in terms of research, but is it practical from a personal sense, and then chatting to you about that. So there's quite a lot of content that I've got planned for this series. Another reason why I'm doing it as well is because I can then look back on these weeks leading up to the World Championships, and it can be quite a nice little reflective thing for me to do. But yeah, I just thought I'd introduce with the first episode with the Hyroxes that I've done, and also introduce why I'm doing the series anyway, and what you can expect from the series. So yeah, stay tuned for episode 2, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.